which order should I go? Do I go like boring? We'll go boring stuff first, and then we'll hit with the heavy journalism at the end. A couple important things, obviously, going on in the government right now. Let's see, we have a government shutdown, a couple hostages were freed. Maybe we have peace in the Middle East. We'll see how all that transpires. But on top of all of that, even though the government has been shut down, it did not stop Bernie Sanders from getting an act together. He introduced the Healthcare Workforce Expansion Act. There's some really interesting things in this particular bill that he's trying to get passed. Now, this bill is for all healthcare, but dentistry is included in that. So I think that's important to understand. This isn't a specific dental bill, it's really meant for all medical services. Some of the interesting things that were included in this, all nonprofit. He wants to make nonprofit dental schools tuition free for students who commit to becoming a general dentist in rural communities, according to the most recent update on the bill. Also investing $5 billion in medical, dental, and nursing schools to boost enrollment. I'm not really sure I'm all in on that one. And it would also provide some relocation grants for doctors who want to move to underserved areas. Be interesting to really comb through the bill in all of its detail to make sure that, number one, it really is only addressing healthcare issues, and two, where the funding will come for a lot of these programs that they're trying to put in place. My biggest issue with this bill is that, at least in dentistry, enrollment in dental school is definitely not the problem. In fact, we're up almost 1,500, 1,700 dental students enrolled in or graduating from dental schools now every year. That's up from about 5,200 about 5 years ago. So I don't see that as being the big issue in dentistry. It might be definitely in hygiene and some of the other support roles, and maybe more so in medicine. So it'll be interesting to see how all that transpires. Another story coming out of California, Gavin Newsom's been quite busy over there working on some laws related to medicine. He had a couple the other week related to how dentists are reimbursed and not being forced to take debit cards or credit cards from insurance companies. Another bill that he just put forward and was signed into law blocks private equity groups and hedge funds from interfering with patient care. This will be very interesting to watch, because as this gets introduced, it starts in January of 2026. Now we're going to see where, if healthcare institutions that are backed by PE firms and hedge funds are getting influenced or forced by those owners for patient quotas, or certain referral decisions, certain like internal referral mechanisms, trying to dictate how procedures are to be done, who they're supposed to work with in doing those procedures, what types of tests should be performed, and who should those tests be performed on. It'll be really interesting to see if ultimately the medical providers will end up being the whistleblowers for what's going on internally in some of these different service organizations. I think this is both for medical and dental professionals as well. So it's good to see. Maybe this will continue to be the forward momentum, because it doesn't seem to be that we can really stop the investment of private equity into the medical space. I mean, that is continuing to grow at a pretty exponential pace. But putting laws in place to continue to protect the doctor-patient relationship, just like it should be with insurance providers as well, I think is always an important step to make sure that the integrity of medicine and dentistry stay intact. Now, I told you I was going to bring some hard-hitting journalism, and I'm not going to let you down. Yes, there are two, not one, but two dentists currently competing for the rose in the Golden Bachelor. Now, Jeff didn't mention that he's watching the Golden Bachelor, but I know he is. I know he's watching the Golden Bachelor because we used to watch The Bachelor together, and we would text each other during that time. That was probably really more of a dark time for me. I think he actually really liked it. I think I was looking for an outlet. That's really not here nor there. But the point is, there are two dentists that are competing on the Golden Bachelorette for the Golden Bachelor. One is Terry Alani and the other is Monica Parham. Terry Alani, I believe, is in California. And then, but she did, Chad will be pumped to know, she's in Texas. She's called the Texas Tooth Lady. She graduated from Texas A&M University before earning her dental degree at UT Health, Houston School of Dentistry. and she lectures pretty frequently within the Texas area. Dr. Alani also did a polar plunge in Antarctica, because I was reading this lady's bio and I can already tell you that she has done a lot more in her life than I have, which is really kind of embarrassing. And then Dr. Parham, who is from Tupelo, Mississippi, is also competing in the Golden Bachelorette. She did a practice residency in West Los Angeles VA Hospital, but she's currently active in Alabama. And she's busy with the Birmingham Dental Society and Alabama Dental Society. Now, it'll be really interesting to see if we get a bachelorette that comes to take the Golden Bachelor who's a cosmetic dentist. I will be pumped. But I also warn the Bachelor, dentists are crazy. Not these two lovely ladies, but just kind of in general, we're a little crazy. So buyer beware. And that's the news.